Hello, Fiona Whitten from Oakville Crafts here, and welcome to this week's Stamping and Creating. I have for you this week a sneak peek of a suite that is in the January to April 2024 mini catalogue, and that goes live in January. So just bear with me a second whilst I double check that this is going live. It should be, I'm hoping. Yes, it is. So that's good. One less worry. So welcome. I have my supply now of mini catalogues and also celebration. As I just mentioned, these go live in January, actually on the 4th of January. I'm not allowed to share the insides with you at the moment, simply because it's not yet live. So I can share the covers. So these are just some of the things that we've got to look forward to come after Christmas. Those of you who have been to a class or come to Card and a Cuppa or have placed an order with me in the last 6 months will automatically be sent one of these. In fact, I've actually already got them ready to send. Those of you who are coming to the Card and a Cuppa social next Wednesday, so a week today, I'll be bringing the catalogues for you, so you get to see them early, and I don't have to post them as well, which is a good thing. Okay, so these are the mini catalogue and the celebration catalogues. I'm just going to put those to one side, because I can't share the inside, so kind of really a bit pointless just having them sitting there. I know it's tempting, but I really can't. So what I'm going to share with you today is the Perennial Lavender Suite. Now this suite has quite a few things in it, as you can see. There is some 12 by 12 paper. There are 2 bundles. There are these paper butterfly accents, and also these rather lovely purple fine shimmer gems. So there's 3, I seem to remember that there's 3 different colours in here. So there's different shades of purple. So you've got the light, the darker, and then almost a purpley pink. So I will be using those. The paper butterflies are rather nice. There's actually 8 sheets in the pack, and there's 5 different butterflies on each sheet. So that means there's 40 butterflies to play with. And you can colour these to your heart's content. So I'll be doing a bit of that in a minute or two. So I'm just going to take those ones out and put them to one side. As I said, there are 2 bundles. So we have the Perennial Postage bundle, which is a stamp set, cling, which means it's red rubber. All sentiments. There's no images. It's just purely sentiments. And to go with it, there are these rather nice Perennial Postage dies. So this is the I'm not even. You can tell I've used a couple of these, so in theory it should be easier. Some of them should be easier to get out than others, so that one's been used a bit. So they have the sort of the grooves on, like postage stamps do, or used to. I can't remember what the postage stamps look like nowadays. It's kind of crazy. So there's a few of those. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of those. Then we've got like a label. This is like a franking mark. And then these are, I'm actually not quite sure what these and those we can use to make tabs and things. So that's that. I'm not really going to be playing too much with this today. What I'm going to concentrate on is the other bundle in the suite, which is the Painted Lavender stamp set. So these are they're 2-step stamping. and because you've got some things here that you can then put flowers on. You've got grass. You can add flowers to top of those. We've got some tiny butterflies, some slightly larger butterflies, and then we have lavender and other flowers. And then the dies that go with them, and I should say that the stamp set is photopolymer, so it's clear, although not so clear now because you can tell the one I've already used quite a bit because it's rather pink. So these are the dies that go with it. So we have dies that are designed to cut out various images. So we have this one, these all cut out various images, and then we also have these 1, 2, 3 dies that will just cut out plain cardstock so you can add bits behind stamped images and things like that. So those are those. And then we also have the rather gorgeous Perennial Lavender 12 by 12 paper. And I think you can see by now why it's called Perennial Lavender, because basically it's a lot of purple and a lot of lavender type flowers. So the usual 12 sheets, 6 different sheets, double-sided, and you get 2 of each. So I'm just going to quickly show you them. So we have one that has looks like a meadow of flowers, and then we have some lovely greenery on the back. Lots of floral, and then we have very purple side. A page that you can cut it up and use it on card fronts. It'd also make a really good page for scrapbooking. And then we have some more foliage on the back. So this has sort of got like a stippled effect on it. So it's more of a neutral colour. Another sheet that would be absolutely brilliant for scrapbooking. So we have this image here and this image here. I was going to say the mirror, but if you basically just simply turn it around and it's the same. Which has got some little butterflies on as well. So again, you could put photos on here, or you can simply cut it into 6 and use it as card fronts. Some checks even on the back. Again, it's got some sort of stipply, blotchy effect. Again, very neutral. And then we have little field of flowers, purple patch. Actually, no, I thought it was sort of purple patches, but now seeing it from here, I can actually see that there is there's flowers in here. It's just the way you hold the paper, you can see images. So there's all sorts of images in here. Just when it's laid flat in certain lights, it's like, it just sort of looks like a load of purple. But actually, it looks, looking at it in the on my laptop, you can actually see the image much better. So we have that, and then another field. So we have florals. We have like cowslips, butterflies. So this is like kind of very spring, early summer type paper. And then on the back, it's again, that's pretty much the same as what was on the back on here. Except this one is shaded spruce, and I should imagine that that one is gorgeous grape, seeing as it's such a dark purple. The colours that go with this paper, there are a lot actually. So on the back of the paper pack, let's just grab that. it says we've got Berry Burst, Blackberry Bliss, Fresh Freesia, Gorgeous Grape, Highland Heather, Lost Lagoon, Orchid Oasis, Pretty Peacock, Shady Spruce and Starry Sky. But then again, we've also got the neutral, looks more like crumb cake type on the background of all the paper as well. So it's a very versatile paper, a very pretty paper, and one that I'm looking forward to using. In fact, I have used it already, and I'll share with you. This is a card that I made as the sample for Monday's Acorns Craft and Chat, which we do every Monday morning on Zoom. So this was the card that I designed and then talked them through how to make it. And so it has a belly band on it, and I am not going to be making this today. I might make one another time, but I'm not sure. So there is a belly band which slides off like so, and then when you open up the card, it has this sort of fan fold effect. Let's see if I can actually get it so that you can see it properly. So we start with here, and then each sort of cascades down. I don't know if I put it that way, you might be able to see a bit better. It's one of these ones that's far better to see it in person than it is on a screen or anything like that. So this was what we made on Monday, and I made a different one which I'll be posting photos of later in the week. So that was that card. So I have, as I said, already used some of the paper. And then one of the things that I was umming and ahhing about was how to ink and to stamp some of the images. I don't know whether you're happy to have just solid image in one colour, or if you prefer it to have like the stalks and things in a different colour. So on this little sample here, I've used various methods, techniques to show you how by using different products you can get a different image. So this was my first straightforward stamping in Highland Heather ink straight onto the cardstock. And I should say that because this is that stamp set is photopolymer, good idea to always stamp on something that has a little bit of give. So I always use my piercing mat, which you'll find in the annual catalogue. So that was that. The second one, I used the marker technique. So I simply used my Stampin markers. So I got hold of my Highland Heather and also my Lost Lagoon. And I simply used the thick brush end. So you have a thin end denoted by that thin line, and you also have a thick brush end denoted by the thicker line. So I simply use that thick brush end to colour the image. Now this is a really good technique to use on the cling mount. I've never really too keen on the photopolymer, but this time around actually it came out really well. So I simply coloured the flowers and then I coloured the stalks using the markers. And then before you stamp it, if you huff on it, basically, and if anyone's around, just sort of tell them that you're not really sort of out of breath, you're just having to stamp using markers, and your huffing on that stamp will actually add some liquid's not the right way, but your breath will actually moisten it, and then you'll be able to stamp again, and it gives you a much better image as a result. And I don't know if this is working because it seems to have frozen. How on earth what is going on? Really? I don't know if this is working or not. How odd. Let me try again. It might just be that my screen has frozen rather than that. So let's just try again. No, I think we might be all right. Maybe it's just like, it shouldn't be my internet. We've got this blooming high-speed stuff now. But anyway, I'm going to carry on in the hope that this is continuing. So we've got ink, we've got markers. The third one was I used my ink pads, but I used sponge daubers to colour the image. So actually what I did was I did the green first. Oh no, I didn't. I did the Highland Heather first on the flowers, and then I tried very carefully to colour just some of the leaves and the stems using the other ink and dauber, and then that's how that came out. So it's a much softer image. Again, I mean, this is softer than that one, but then this is much softer yet again. And then the fourth and fifth methods that I used was I stamped using the ink, the image, the whole image, and then I simply used my markers to colour where I wanted, well, where the leaves and the stems are. And then this one is, instead of using markers, I use my Stampin' blends. So as you can see, all the markers and the Stampin' blends kind of give very much a similar effect. So I'm just going to turn this off because I'm just worried that this whole thing is just going to fail on me. So these two are very similar. So if you've got markers and not blends, or blends and not markers, then your end result will be very, very similar. But I like the fact that you can actually get 4 different looks just using these different methods. So that's that. As for the paper butterflies, now I am going to use one of these. I haven't used one yet, and let's see. Well, I'm going to do 2, and then I'm going to decide which one I want to use. So I'm going to use these 2 smaller ones. Well, going to colour these 2 smaller ones. I'm just going to pop them out. So when it comes to colouring these, the brushes are the best way forward on that. So I'm just going to grab my Highland Heather, seeing as it's the colour that we did. And actually maybe I won't, because that's what the colour that we did all the other on. So I'm going to use my fresh Freesia. And you just want to get some ink on your dauber, not your dauber, your brush. And then starting off, you just want to simply colour in using a sort of circular motion, like so. You don't have to make it really dark. So that's that bit, and then I'm going to do this one as well. So again, start off and then just come on. And the more that you ink you use, obviously the darker this will get. So if I'm going to do that, I'm going to do this one a bit darker so you can see. So we've got that. I mean, you can add different colours if you want to. So I'm going to put some more ink on this as well. And I'm going to add a little bit of berry burst. I think I'm just going to do that to the edges. I'm going to use the same brush. So that's my 2 butterflies that I've got, that I've used my ink on. Now, do I want to use a slightly different colour for the body and the little antenna? Let's see, what shall I use? I think I'm going to use the Lost Lagoon. To one side and need a different brush. This is my sort of greeny brush. That's that. Now you can get the blending brushes in 2 different sizes, so these are the larger ones and there should be some smaller ones too, but I don't have them. So those are my butterflies ready to go. And I guess it's time to make a card. So I'm going to start with my base card. And I brought quite a few different colours with me that are ones that will go with the inks and things. So I've used a berry burst on the edges, and I also used fresh Freesia. So maybe we'll stick to those. And I'm just going to do basic card with a berry burst card base. So let's see. So I'm going to cut this in half. So I've got a sheet of A4, and on the long side I'm going to cut it at 14.9 or 14.85, whichever of those 2 measurements you prefer to use. So I've basically cut the cardstock in half, and then I'm going to turn it, and on the long side I'm going to score it at 10.5. So that's my base card, like so. I'm then going to cut a layer that is going to be 1/2 centimetre smaller, both in length and width. So that means I'm going to cut it at 14.4 and 10. So that will sit on here, like so. I will then need some basic white. Sheet, because I need to do 2 bits. So a sheet of basic white. I'm going to cut this at 14.4 because the piece to go on the inside is going to be 14.4 by 10. So that will sit on the inside of the card, and then on the outside, so this piece is 10 by 14.4, so I need to make it again 1/2 centimetre smaller. So it's going to be 9.5 by 13.9. Actually, thinking about it, do I want to put white on there? Maybe I should just put paper, so I'll just leave that for the moment. Otherwise we're going to end up with so many different layers on it, it's just not going to sit properly. And then I need to decide what paper to use. So we want something that's got a bit of berry burst and fresh Freesia. So we could go that one. I think that would look quite nice on it. Not sure about that or that. And what do we have on the other side? No, I'm not going to do those. I think we're going to go that. So this is the one that I now need to have at 9.5 by 13.9. And as I said, I'm just making a very simple card, so it's just going to have 3 layers on. So you've got your base card, you've got the additional layer, and then we have the paper. And I'm going to cut a piece, it's going to be 1.5 centimetres wide. That will go on the inside. Okay, and then we've got, I need to put on some sentiment or an image. So let's see. I think I'm going to use so we could use this one, or we could just use a sentiment from the Perennial Postage set. Or we can use both. Let's see now. So this is just a little bit too small. Choices, choices, my goodness. What is the world coming to? With all these different options. So I'm just going back onto Facebook just to see what's going on with this. Oh, yeah, good. It is still live, that's something. But as I said, I'm just so not sure about what was going on with the internet there. Right, okay, so I quite like this little image here, but I think it'll get lost on here because they're quite big florals. So maybe I will just stick with doing I quite like the thank you for your friendship for a start. It's not Mother's Day yet, so I don't have to worry about that. So I'm going to some scrap. Actually, I've got that piece of white there. Let's get these Perennial Postage dies out. Now, do we have a long one? No. Okay. So, what will this fit? This will fit in. I think it will fit in here. Let's see. I think it'll actually fit in the smaller one, looking at it. Yeah. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to do that to start off with. And I'm going to use one of those techniques that I shared with you earlier. And let's see now, I think I'm going to do, because I need this to be quite bold to sit against the actual colours we have on the paper. So I'm going to get hold of my Highland Heather ink. I'm going to stamp that, and then we'll have a look to see whether or not so there's that. That will go on here, go there. And then I think I will use, I'm actually going to use the Pretty Peacock. Yep. Stampin' Right marker to colour the leaves. Now I'm going to use the finer nib, so it's the one with a thin line rather than the thick line. These are the new Stampin' Right markers, so you will actually see that the nibs are totally different, or certainly the the fine line nib is totally different. So if I hold it above the white, then you might be able to see it. So this one is completely nib, where you have some plastic here, and then you have the, it's just like, it's almost like a biro pen, with just the tip being the colour on the fine end. But the brush ends are pretty much the same, other than this bit being a different colour. So I'm going to use the fine end, like I said. So I'm just going to literally draw the lines in the pretty peacock. And because it's just lines that I'm drawing, it's fine to use the markers. If you're doing a lot of colouring with a marker, you will quite often find that you will get lines actually on your image. So from that point of view, it's not a good look. But seeing as I'm just literally drawing and filling in a few leaves that are very small, they're not that much bigger than the nib, then you can't, it's not really an issue. Let's just try and cover all the Highland heather up though. That's that. Now I'm going to want to actually cut that out. And looking at it, I'm not even sure that I will be using a butterfly. Oh, you could still. Right, so I'm going to bring in my mini Stampin' Card and Emboss machine. That will fit through there, that's good. I'd hate for it not to, and then have to cut it down. So I'll put this on here. I'm going to grab some, I was going to say I'm going to grab some washi tape, but I don't know what I've done with it. Oh, here it is, because I want to make sure that that die will stay around it where I want it to be. And I'm going to put it so that the flower is actually pretty central. Right, make my sandwich. So I've got my plate 1, and then I've got my clear plate, and that, and then I need to put a clear plate on the top. So I'm going to go like that. Run it through the machine by hand. Ooh. So that should come out. Like so. Oops, be careful taking that off. I have that. What does that look like with the purple side rather than all the green? That actually might be better looking at it. And then a butterfly that we can put on. Still need a sentiment, so I have a strip here that I can put on the, actually that's not that, I've got a thank you for your friendship, which is on a nice thing, but I actually quite just like the thank you bit. I'm guessing it's that one because that's just a long. I could turn it over and have a look, make sure, but I'm fairly certain that that's the one that I want. Yep. But I'm only actually going to use the thank you bit. I'm going to be brave here because I am not going to use masking tape. I'm just going to use my ink pad to ink up the thank you. What shall we do with that? I think I might do. If I had the words on the other side, I would be able to see it. Now that is a very wet ink pad. Let's see how that comes out. Not too bad, but not brilliant either. Berry Burst is one of those colours, a bit like Blackberry Bliss and Rich Raspberry, that does have a habit of sort of going all over the place. So you do need to be careful with it. So I'm just going to stamp this on here. Like that. And then I'm going to use one of the other dies to cut that out. So we have the little label, like so, that we could use. Or we have this tiny little one here. That would also work. I'm just going to actually cut this out sort of roughly with a pair of scissors, just so that it's just this piece going through the die machine. So on that, my bit of washi tape, which I did put somewhere. There it is. Like so. Just make sure that that thank you is right bang smack in the middle of the shape. I've got my sandwich together. Put that through the mini machine again. So now we have that. I've got my butterfly. I think I'm going to put that one on. And then the $64 million question is, what else should I add? And I kind of feel like that it needs to have something linking the two across the middle there. So maybe a piece of Berry Burst, or a piece of this might work. So I'll get my trim out. Let's see. Just cut a piece. See how wide this is to make sure. Okay, so it's about 1.5 centimetres. So if I do 2 centimetres, have this going across. Let's try the other side again, since that was the original plan. Have that going across. That one here. That one here. No, I do think that that detracts a bit too much. As nice as it is. So maybe we'll just use this one. I think it's slightly less fussy. Fussy's good. It's just not what I want for this card, because the card is quite a simple card. I'm just going to do it like that. Yep, okay. So I want this to be the same width as that paper, which is, I seem to remember, 9.5 centimetres. So I'm just taking out a light. That's going to go across. I'll pick that light up. I almost feel like I'm sitting in the dark here because I'm in the basement. It's, what time is it? Oh, 3:10. So that means it's going dark outside. Nights are drawing in, so we're heading rapidly to the shortest day of the year. My goodness. Right, let's glue this lot together. So I've just got my multi-purpose glue, my favourite, because it's just so much easier to make sure everything's lined up. You have that little bit of wiggle room with it. So that's going to go on there. This is going to go across the middle. I'm just going to glue this as well. Yeah, I'm going to put it vaguely across the middle. It doesn't have to be exactly, although it would be good if it was straight. Let's see, that needs to go down a bit. So I'm just eyeballing it using my grid paper. That's that. Then I am going to use some Stampin' Dimensionals to add that, but I'm going to add this to the card front first. It's just a bit easier this way round. Otherwise I'm trying to be gluing the back whilst it's got things on the front of it. So that's that. So I use some dimensionals. That's going to have some dimensionals. Use some mini ones, I think. I don't need too many really, because well, actually this is going to have a butterfly on it as well, thinking about it, but it's not going to be really weighty, so from that point of view it's not really a problem. Let's get rid of these backings like so. She says, I should really use the pokey tool bit on my take your pick tool, but I don't know, just for some reason personally I don't seem to have the knack to be able to use it like that. Don't know why. I've seen so many people do it, and so maybe I just need to practice. I've got my thank you, got my flower. Let's see, put that there, put that sort of equal spacing, hopefully. There, I've got my this is going to be interesting because really I would like to have that popped up, but you don't really have much space to hide bits of dimensional behind there. So I am going to be cutting a bit. So I just cut a piece off the edge. And I'm just going to cut pieces that will fit on the larger areas, in fact, of which there is not that many. Let's see if I can get this. Okay, that bit's come off. So there's a space there that I can get a bit in. That might just be enough actually, it will just hold it up. Yeah. So I'm going to put some glue on that bit of body. And again, you don't want to put too much on because you really don't want it to be squelching out all over the place. And take that bit of backing off, add that to here. Hopefully that's just enough to hold that butterfly up. And then I think maybe some of the purple fine shimmer gems should go on too, which are here. And in fact, the darker colour will be quite nice against the dark coloured base card. So that's what I'm going to use. This time I am going to use my Take Your Picture. And you'll see that there's two different sizes. I'm just going to be very random with these. She said, put a couple here, up there. I think that's actually for me. For me, that's all I need because I'm not one for blinging stuff too much, but at the same time I do like to add a bit of bling. And then the last thing I need to do is the inside. So was that the piece that went on the inside? Yep. And then all I need to do is find that piece of paper. So I think I'm going to use the same that I've used for the front of the card. So again, because I'd cut it originally for the other side, which means that the paper would be coming down, so I need to actually make sure that it's lying flat again and not have that horrible edge. There's nothing wrong with the edge, it's just simply the way that the cutting blade works. It just pushes it down as it cuts and creates a small lip. Like that. And then this is going to go inside the card. Make sure that is the right way up. And there we go. So that's my painted lavender, perennial lavender card. She should have used a bone folder just to give that a good burnish. There we go. So that's it. That was the other butterfly that I had left. I don't think I need it, so I'm not going to put that on. So there's my simple card using the Perennial Postage dies and a little bit of the Perennial Postage stamp. I only used that bit of it. And then the image is from the painted lavender stamp set. So that's those. So that's basically what I've used, along with some butterflies and some of the gems. So I hope you've enjoyed that. I will be posting this imminently onto the Facebook page, and then obviously it will get uploaded to YouTube as well later in the week, and I'll then add in the description for the YouTube video the cutting instructions and details of the items that I've used today. So I hope you've enjoyed that. I will be back next week with another Stampin' and Creating. And yeah, that's the last one before Christmas. Hey, that's getting scary. So I hope to see you then. Take care. As I said, any comments, questions, just please leave a comment. I will get back to you. And as I said, the new catalogue and celebration catalogue are going in the post in the next couple of days. So take care. Bye.